She Leads To. It's where we sit down with women from wildly different backgrounds and prestigious colleges and actually know how to get in there. Today we have Alyssa. She's a
Hi.
sophomore at she's a sophomore at Harvard, integrative biology, pre-vet from Philly. Alyssa, welcome here.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I feel very honored to be here. Yeah, I'm so ready.
So, where am I catching you right now? Is it dorm, library, barn, or where are you right now?
Right now I'm at home. I'm still on
Oh wow.
vacation. Currently I'm actually in my junior year gap. So once I finished my junior fall, I said I wanted to explore, like I wanted to expand and just do something that I've never done before that was also suited to a need that I could feel deep rooted inside of me. And it was just like, I want to get out. I want to play more polo. I love where I am. I love everything that I'm doing, but this is just such a deep part of my story too. So let's add it to the cart and then let's keep going. So currently I'm at home. I'm in California. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's great. So before getting into it, just want to know, like, give me just one word for how you describe yourself to someone who's never met you before.
Ooh. I would say that I'm tenacious. I'm not someone who's like, I'm going to get everything on the first try. I know when I'm coming up to a mountain that it's like, this is going to take some effort. And I'm very big on let's just keep chipping away at that iceberg. Because I know that one day, if not today, if not tomorrow, it's going to
Yeah.
happen. And I lead with that.
Oh my God, I just love that attitude of yours. It's so great because people do just quit before, like even trying harder and harder. And I guess you should always keep trying and just never quit and just
Yeah.
like trying it out a few times.
It's
So yeah,
so important. I really feel like your tenacity and your attitude towards the things that you want to get done actually allow for you to walk through those doors. I like, how they have that book, The Little Engine That Could. I really feel like, his story of I think I can, and then I could because he believed in himself is
yeah.
like really, it hits close to home.
Yeah. So quick confession before we go further. So actually, I used to ride horses myself growing up. Nowhere near your level though, but I although have a soft spot for this sort of world. So I'm genuinely excited to get into the horse stuff with you today.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
as a novelty topic though, but yeah.
Um, Wait, that's so cool that you ride horses. I love a fellow horse girly. We could talk about horses all day. That's
Oh
something that I
wow.
like never get tired of. So that's so cool.
Yeah. So I want to start somewhere where most people wouldn't expect for a Harvard bio major, which is horses. So you have spent years with an organization which is called as Work to Ride. So can you just
Yes.
walk me through it? What is it and how you end up there?
So Work to Ride, I'm from the city of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania, and in Work to Ride, it's this nonprofit organization that's catered to helping inner city youth escape poverty through horsemanship. So it's like I would spend multiple hours a week, like my Tuesdays after school, my Thursdays after school, my Saturdays in almost entirety, taking care of, feeding, grooming, jumping, playing polo, like all on horses. And it's in the name. It was Work to Ride. So it was like I was working, cleaning up, medicating horses, and it was just such a well-rounded experience that I'm just happy to say that I got the chance to have because of that organization. I was introduced to Work to Ride through my dad, who was one of the original members, and he started when he was around 8 and then had me when he was around 20. So I kind of grew up around it. And I remember seeing his newspaper articles on the wall when I was a kid that my grandparents would hang up. And I just see a man on a horse, and I'm like, I want to do what he does. And he's like, that's me. And I'm like, well, Dad, I want to do what you do. And he's always like pushed into me that I can do and be whatever I want to be. And that's what I chose. So I got it through him. And I don't know. It just feels like I'm carrying him with me by playing polo.
That's such an inspiring thing, getting inspired from your parents, and like you took it further as a second generation participant in that. So that's so great to know. But yeah, what's totally ordinary day at barn looks like for you? Like the stuff that never makes it to a resume.
Ooh, see, I like this. Okay. So, like a typical day, you want me to like walk you through?
Yeah, yeah, sort of.
Okay. So, our days typically start like I get there around 8 a.m. Like this is how I grew up doing our barn chores. I would get there around 8 a.m. and I would feed the horses their breakfast. And then once they finished their breakfast, they would go outside for the day because we had inner turnout like in our barn, and then we had a turnout that was out in a paddock outside. So during the day, they could go and enjoy some grass and like, play around. So after they finished their breakfast, we would take them outside, and whoever had like a lesson or was to be ridden in the morning got to stay, and we would tack them up and ride them. And it would just be like a full day of lessons and like fun and different horsemanship activities that we would be like just having in our daily schedule. And then around dinner time, everybody comes back in. It's like coming home from like playing outside all day. You come back in, you get dinner, and then it's like you go to bed. But
Wow, that sounds like a dream.
I mean,
I'm so
I
jealous of you right now.
they it's actually pretty bougie. Like different horses eat different things. Like I would have to remember specific amounts of which food certain horses get, or this horse might not like this horse, so they can't be together. Horses have very big personalities, and I don't think a lot of people take that into account. So it's fun. It's always something new.
Yeah, of course. Also, I guess polo has this reputation of royalty, country clubs,
Oh
old
my
money.
gosh, yes.
So,
At Work
what
to
was
Ride, our
what was it
we
for
had a
like you to being inside a program that flips that image completely?
ooh. During my time at Work to Ride, we actually had a T-shirt that said on the back the sport of royalty and homegirls, or it would say for the boys, royalty and homeboys, because
Yeah,
it's like our friends are also playing this, and it's like in Philadelphia, you would never guess that we had such a place with such a sport that it's like this is with like high end people with a really big tax bracket. Like, how are you guys playing this? And
yeah,
I would like to say a lot of that came from donations and people who believed in our dream. And it just shows like we have a brand new arena called McCausland Arena that people raised money for years, and so many people advocated for. And it's just like, it's amazing to see what we can do when we come together as a community and support people. Like,
yeah.
it's beautiful.
So let's talk about polo itself for a second. So it's still an incredibly wide, incredibly male-dominated sport at the top levels. So what's it like walking into that world as a woman?
It is definitely, I feel like every day that I walk, I'm trailblazing. I feel like in a lot of rooms that I walk into, I'm stepping not just for myself, but I'm stepping for my ancestors, and I'm stepping for my legacy. Like every step that I take, the footprints that my shoes make, it's like it's not just for me, it's for a bigger purpose outside of myself. And it's a very heavy, humbling, and like it's like gratifying. I don't know, like it feels like I'm doing this for the right reason, because I
Yeah.
know that when I go to regionals or I go to a tournament, or even when I'm just in like a regular II seasonal game, I am more than likely, if not one of the only, then just the only woman of color. And that's very hard sometimes, because I have to remember that I am what I wish to see. Like I am what I've always wanted to see on TV when it came to that representation. So I am carrying the weight of representation, but I will say that I'm not doing it alone. Like as the days go forward, there is actually a few women who do play polo that I'm like, you're my idol. Like I love. There's Shariah Harris, who graduated from Cornell, and she's just like, if you could see like Thor on a horse, like a girl that just really, when she swings the mallet, it's just like, wow. And she just clears the ball. It's like, oof, like, I
Yeah.
like these women and the woman that I'm trying to grow into with this with this title that I'm starting to hold in my young adulthood, it really feels like the future is bright. The future feels so bright.
It sure is.
So
Yeah.
it feels good. Sometimes it's like it's heavy and it's grounding, but it's like it's for all the right reasons. So it feels
Of
great.
course. But as a women of color in a sport where you probably don't see many people who look just like you, especially out of work to ride, so it must be difficult for you to ride.
It does. It like I have this one instance where I was playing a summer league game, and this was a few years ago. I had these long braids, and on the end of my braids I thought it would be cute to put like beads. So I put some beads
Yeah.
on the end of my braids, and when I was riding my horse they were just like clacking in the wind, and I got so used to them that I'm like, I'm not even hearing them anymore. But I remember looking over and I heard this little voice just standing in the stands, and it was this little girl, and she was like, I love your hair. Like, I like your braids. And I just remember, like, I stopped everything and I looked at her and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. And she was just so cute. And it was her and her, I think it was her sister. And they were sitting together. And these were just two young African American girls who had just come to this game. They couldn't have been more than like 6 or 7 years old, came with their parents. And I didn't know that I would have saw them that day. I know that they didn't think that they would see me, but it almost felt fated. When I was finished my game, I went over to them, and the first thing she did, she took off her shoe and she gave it to me. And she was like, "Will you sign this for me?" And I was like,
Oh my god.
I was like,
That's
"For
crazy.
you? Anything for you." So it was just very beautiful to meet her, like very it just reminds me I keep that in the forefront of my brain every day. That is
Seems
like,
like
dang,
an
these are the moments that
inspiration
I'm
to
doing it
many.
for. Yeah.
Yes. So, Work to Ride produced the first all black women's polo team, if I'm not wrong, in the US history. So, what does that being a part of such an, like, place mean to you personally?
Sorry. I just when you said that I really thought about my friends because like a lot of these people it's like I know them personally and just growing up with them. I think when you're walking in the shoes of like I'm making a daily impact somewhere, you can forget I'm making an impact somewhere. So, it's just like it's a beautiful thing. Like it's a thing that it's like we're so used to the blessing of just like we're here and we're with friends and we want to open the door for people after us that sometimes we forget like hold on, we're trailblazing in this moment, and it's important to me and all of my friends that I grew up with that we're giving back to our community every second that we can, like teaching the children that come in the program after us, after we graduate, or, giving back if we move out of town. Like I moved away. I now live in California and I still give back to our community. I think that that's very important. I now ride for Sacramento Polo Club and we host lessons weekly, and I am now currently working with the CEO of Boston Polo Club, and
Oh,
you know,
wow.
we're doing a
Fancy,
lot of big
huh?
things. So it was again like just networking, and Work to Ride really built my courage and like my confidence when it came to branching out and networking and meeting new people who can help open the doors to get you where you got to go, but
Yeah.
never be scared to speak up. So
Yeah, but all these titles comes with a lot of responsibility too, right? So it must be difficult for you to manage everything out there.
um it's definitely challenging, like when I'm managing sports versus school versus
Yeah.
home or like friends. But it's, I really adopted the logic early that it's like there's a time and a place for everything. And it's like if you get the work out of the way, then you can play as hard as you want. So
Yeah.
I try to make sure that I get that work out of the way so that I can play.
Of
Always got to
course.
play hard.
Yeah. Is there any player, like past or present, like who made you feel like you belonged in the sport? Like, other than a father, of course.
Yeah. There is this lady, and I came across her purely by chance. Her name is Katana. La Jolie, and she is on
Okay.
Instagram, and she's Haitian American. My mother's from Jamaica, so cousin island, and I saw her, and as a Caribbean American person, it was just like, oh my god, like this is everything. Like she felt like the star that it's like, dude, like I I want to get where you are. Like I want to do what you're
Yeah.
doing. Like I feel like it's like meeting the Beyonce, in my opinion. My Beyonce. She's my Beyonce of like
Oh my
polo.
God, that's
And I
such a
love her
great
so much.
compliment. She would really love hearing this,
Like
I swear.
seeing another woman with braids in the way that I wear my hair and just like making it work with helmets that it's like it's just cotton on the inside. It's not really satin, so it's like it's not really doing anything for your hair and protection. But it's like I'm seeing this woman who's in all of these similar spaces to me that is just reinforcement that I do belong in these rooms. And that's so important to me. Like her representation, her showing up every day, her pushing onto fields where again there's not going to be anyone who looks like her, you know, and she knows that. But she takes that in stride and she does not let that stop her, and it doesn't tip her crown. So that's how I aspire to be. So
Yeah,
I really
and
love
it's
her.
and also it's so great that you could just like see your role model, like you can just see yourself in her, like I want to be her, I want to do what she's doing. And like having someone from your own community, like someone who looks like you, talks like you, and does shit like you, so it's just very inspiring for you to, so that you can just see yes, we can achieve that, I can get in there. So it's so important to have that person, and I swear, like you might be that person for a lot of kids in your community too.
I can only hope. Like I'm the oldest of my siblings, so I feel like every day I'm living to make them proud, you know, like to carry our name onward just as much as they are. So it's like I can only hope. I just I'm just going to continue to do my best every day. Like I do it for the girls out there who don't think that they can or don't see anybody on the TV that looks like them. So it's like, how could I be that face? You can always be that face of change as long as you allow yourself to and have the courage to do so.
Of course. What do you think actually needs to change for polo to be more accessible to women, and like to women of color or specifically? Is it money, visibility, or something else?
I think that there's definitely a large economical gap in the sport of polo. It's hard to make it accessible because of, you know, acquiring horses, acquiring all of the equipment that is necessary, housing for the horses, everything.
Yeah.
But I do firmly believe that if the people who are able to give back, like if you're a polo player and you're established, or if you have that sort of connection, giving back to your community is so important because you could, and you might not even know it, you could be raising up the next 10 goaler, the next best player in the world, and you all because they don't have access to it because of a lack of funding or spacing or availability, they'll never know. So I really feel like it's best to make every and any sport as accessible as possible. So accessibility really matters. I think in short, yes, accessibility is like the end all be all. Everybody should be able to do what they love. It should not be capsized for any reason that's trivial that we can
Um,
prevent.
so, so I'm from
So
India. So I live in a city in India called as Jaipur. So we do have this organization, Rajasthan Polo Club. So they do teach you, and we have a lot of other polo clubs too, who teaches you horse riding and then polo and everything. But it's just so expensive that not everyone can afford that. So I would also say that it's also like money is also factor into that, because
yes, money is a
it's just,
big factor.
yeah,
Sorry.
because it's just polo is a very expensive sport, and not everyone can own a horse, because other than
Mm-mm.
money, it requires a lot of attention. You have to take care of it like a child. So it's also very
Um,
difficult in that sense.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel the same with like the money. The money is a very, very big factor. It is not cheap at all to maintain
Yeah.
polo, let alone just run it for a one time like weekend
Yeah.
event. It's very expensive. Um and my program is like a one in a million. I'm very, very blessed to be able to say that I've gotten the chance to experience that, where it's just like it's a nonprofit. yes, all of our things were hand me downs, but like blessings, like, like we're blessed. We all have to start somewhere. So everything was like, we, even our horses, even though they weren't perfect, they might have came from, like, we had a horse that used to be a trail riding horse, a horse that used to be someone else's horse, but they, kind of maybe grew up or had to move, or for whatever reason we now acquire that horse. And all horses deserve love, so for us, it was a lot of working with what we had and making it more. And the proof has really been in the pudding, because looking back on it and just looking at where we are today, even, um, our hard work has paid off and continues to. And it's just proof that it's like, keep pushing, keep digging, keep going after the things that bring you joy, because the news will spread and people will come. And, so we've been able to help more kids in our community simply because we've done the work of getting the work out there, the research, the networking. And, in my opinion, I think horsemanship has definitely saved lives. Being able to be with the horses at Work to Ride has definitely saved lives. So, very thankful for it. And my ultimate goal is to pass that on to as many children as possible.
Yeah, and it's so inspiring to see you doing everything, and then like you teaching other kids and giving back to your community. I guess that's a really important thing everyone should be doing, be it in any domain. Like if you know something, you should be willing to give it back to the society and teach other people that. But other than all that, like what is like the best horse you've ever like been on,
Ooh.
like, and the worst
Oh
horse,
my
like
gosh.
what
I'm
is it?
I
Who's
have
your
the
favorite
shakes. I'm
one?
so excited. Um so my favorite polo pony of all time is actually posted on my Instagram as well. His name is Will Smith, after the American actor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was my first polo pony. Now, when you said best and worst, I now say he's my best, but if you asked me when I first started, I would have told you he's my worst. Like, I could not. Because, okay, so at Work to Ride, fun little story, there were about like 5 or 6 of us, like, in my group, and everybody had their own polo pony, right? So we each kind of had we rode everybody, but there would have
Yeah,
been, like, you'll have your guy that you always go to, that's like
yeah.
me and him. So I didn't have mine yet. I was still finding mine, and there weren't that many polo ponies left, but there was
Yeah.
Will. And the deal with Will Smith was he had an injury in the past, so they gave him like a long break, right? And with
Yeah.
horses, when they get a break for a while and it's time to bring them back, sometimes they can be like super duper, like, sassy. So
Yeah.
he was super sassy, and I'm still getting used to riding. So I'm like, I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if this is too much for me. Like, I don't really want to ride alone. Like, can you guys come with me? I know he won't hurt me, but it's just like, like, I felt like I had to grow to fit him.
Yeah.
And then I kept thinking about it. I'm like, hold on. I have to grow to fit him. That's not a bad thing, but it's like, as a rider, I need to build my inner confidence, because a horse
Yeah.
can hear your heartbeat up to 4 feet away. Your
Mm-hmm.
horse always knows how you're feeling, whether or
Yeah.
not you know it. Like, they're pack animals. So basically, when horses are in the wild, if one horse, like, sees something scary, or and their heart rate picks up, the whole herd is like synced up. So they all feel it and they all know to run. So basically, when I'm with my horse, it's like a deep connection, because he's feeling what I'm feeling. So with Will, when he would act sassy, I would get nervous and my heart rate would pick up and his heart rate would pick up. And then I realized, like, it would keep happening and I would be scared. And I'm just like, I can't be scared. I can't continue to run away from you. I want to play polo. I want to be with my friends. The only thing that's standing in the way is us building a relationship so that we can go play together. Because that's all polo is. It's a team sport,
Yeah.
not just with your person teammates, but with your animal counterparts. You're very reliant on your horse. You need your horse, and your horse needs you.
Of
So
course.
after that, me and him, honestly, I started riding him more. I started spending time giving him more treats. I would take him out and we would just do walks together, where it's like, I'm not even riding you. We're just spending time together because you deserve love too. This is not just transactional. I
Of
actually
course.
really do care for you. And I feel like once I gained his trust and we went through that, we became inseparable. Like he's my favorite horse ever. There's a video of us like drinking from the hose together in the middle of summer because he's like, I want to do what you do. And yeah, that's my buddy. Like, I had to earn
That's
him.
so
And
cute.
it was like, he was like, I'm not going to give this to you easy. If you want to play polo, you're going to learn how to play it the right way. So
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for him. He made me the fearless rider that I am. I could not have gone my entire polo career just being scared of the horses that I was going to get on because
Yeah.
you don't always have that choice. They're not always going to be your perfect horse. And that's just a harsh reality of the sport. So you got to get used to it. Be strong, be versatile. So he gave me that.
Also, like your story just reminded me of the time when I started to, like ride horse. So, I didn't do it when I was like a kid, but yeah, when I was in like high school, so I started learning then. So the one thing that my trainer told me when I in like first of all, it was so difficult to get on a horse. Let me just say that it's not easy to get on a horse. Hopping into onto the horse was the most
Oh my
difficult part
gosh.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as a newbie, he used to make me run like rounds and rounds, and then he used to be like, just practice, just go rounds and then try and hopping onto the horse. And
Yeah.
I used to do that. It was so tiring. But once you get on the horse, he used to say that horse knows exactly what you're feeling. So if you're
Yeah.
feeling anxious, he's gonna feel the same. If you are feeling like if you're fear of something or something, he's gonna feel that. If you are happy, he's that. So be confident, ride it well,
Hmm.
and have that relationship with him. That's what
Oh
I've
my
always
God.
heard from all the great polo players too.
Um, Wait, yeah, you're so right about like the getting on the horse part because you're making me reminisce about when I first started, and it does take a little bit of flexibility to be able to like put your leg that high, trust in your body weight and the saddle and the horse, and flip the rest of your body up over.
Yeah,
It's like, hold on, this is scary, you know? But then once you get used to it, it's like second nature. I love it.
yeah, of course, of
Um,
course, yeah.
I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, sorry. You've just made me reminisce so much about like just the beginning and just I always thought that it was, just for giggles or just like customary for, your coach to be like, "Oh, your horse feels what you're feeling." It's very, very, very real. Like it's very real. And I would
Yeah,
say that beginner ponies did definitely give me a lot of grace because they could definitely feel that I was nervous, but they never reacted in my nervousness. And that's so mature. Like they know it, they feel
yeah,
it, and they're there to calm you down. Horses are very aware of that. But once you get like into higher level horses who might not be that calm, or might be
yeah,
beginner
yeah. I can
learning horses
relate to that.
themselves,
Yeah,
the hype is real. It is very real. Like you have to regulate your body. Like you have to woosah. If you woosah, your horse will literally woosah right with you, and it'll be
yeah.
okay. Like it'll be
Yep.
okay.
Yeah. So being a polo player yourself, any like thing you wanna say to fellow polo riders who are just starting
Mm.
out there? Any message for them?
I want to say keep going. Um, I had this thing where I felt like because I didn't start as early as some of my friends, I wouldn't be able to do things that I wanted to do that I saw them doing. Like the game that I wanted to be a part of, I was scared that I was too late. You're never too late. You're never too late. Your time is your time. Move at your speed. It's your story, not anybody else's. So live in your story and take your time. It'll come. It'll all come. Just keep digging.
Of course. So like let's just take like a full on left turn from here. So we knew that you interned for a PA state senator. So how does someone who's basically living at a barn end up in a state senator's office? Like there's a lot of shifts. So how did you get in there?
So when I was in high school, I partnered with this place called UPenn Pipeline that takes place at the University of Pennsylvania, and it is a high school and college student led kind of group in the hospital at UPenn. And through that, I built a connection that landed me at a dinner with both my principal and the senator of Pennsylvania's 7th district, Senator Vincent Hughes, and I networked with him. I was so honored to meet him. He's a phenomenal man. Like, he does big things for our community. I was so proud to live in his district. Like, I miss him every day. Best job ever. But I got to meet him, and he offered me a summer internship, and I got to work alongside some amazing people and get to know our Senate, like how our state capitol works. I got to go to Harrisburg. It's great. Now I've made just like lifelong relationships with so many cool people because I wasn't scared to take that leap. But it was nervous. I do get nervous, but I've learned that it's okay to work through your nerves, to talk to people, because
Yeah.
really cool experiences like this will come out of it. So
Yeah. So like, did it change anything, like how you see politics? Like, is it more optimistic, more cynical, or exactly what expected?
I think working with him, because he was also very community based. Like, he was all about giving back to our community because we had a very underfunded, underrepresented community in the heart of West Philly. And his whole message really taught me that giving back and community care can be aggressive in the loving sense. Like, be aggressive about the things that you care about in all of the correct ways. Like, his passion really shined through, and he always got a message across in a way that was just like beautiful, stunning, and very eloquently spoken. It just made me want to be more passionate about the things that matter to me, because this is a man that, I would say, because of his passions, because of his intellects, because of his knowledge, he was able to walk into the rooms that he has and care for our community in the way that he has. And I'm just so thankful to say that I gotten to witness this in action. It's just a testament to the fact that if you believe you can and you want better for where you come from and those around you, you can do that. You can do that. You can be the change that you want to see, not just for you, but also in aid of other people as well. So
Yeah, so is there something that people get wrong about how the local government actually works? Like something that you only learned from being in that room with all of them?
I think a lot of people can be under the misconception that your local government is not working for you, that they're not helping, or like, it's like they don't really do much, just puppeteering. I think this man is like a mini Mamdani. Like, it's like anytime you call or like anything you might need, you call up to his office, and if he can't help you sort it out directly, one of the other people that work under him in his direct cabinet will definitely get it done like that. I mean, I was able
That's
to get my
so
driver's
great.
license during the time of working with him, and I was so scared, like, will I not be able to get it, or what if something gets in the way? For no reason at all, other than just I'm 16. But then it was just like I went and sat with someone who worked in his cabinet, and they got that sorted out with me, and I got an appointment in a day. I mean, these are people who are in
That's
your neighborhood, who are committed to helping you, and it's just like they're here, they're doing the work. So don't ever question if they're not doing the work, because
And you
he's
know what?
doing
It's
it.
so great to have people like that in the government who, really want to do something for the community and who are so accessible. Because
Yes.
honestly, not everyone is that accessible. They just get into the post and then they just do what's needed and they don't get to, like the real work, they don't see the real needs that's there. And they, like, yeah, that's something I found really interesting in the.
Yes, I totally agree. He definitely made sure that my introduction to the political world in real time was extremely positive. Like, I got the blessing, or like, I got to see someone who's really just like, this is my craft. I care about the people. It's not just me, me, me. And now that I'm in this position of power, that it's just like I'm serving myself. No, it's the people first. And he always held true to that notion and continues to. And it's just like, this is what everybody should be, representing. So.
Yeah, before you got into Harvard, like you were doing all sorts of ultrasounds, dissections, helping people build or a medical company through UPenn's pipeline program. So that's not typical high school stuff. So tell me more about it. How was it? How was the experience in there?
So, to start this story, I would have to say that unfortunately, my high school is actually shutting down because Philadelphia is shrinking its high school sizes and they're now merging. But I would like to say, always and forever, with the deepest love in my heart, shout out to Paul Robeson High School. And without them, I would not be in the position that I am. It was a high school for human services led by Paul Robeson. Well, he was our inspiration behind the building. My principal's name was Richard Gordon. He's now gone on to be one of the assistant superintendents of the school district of Philadelphia. And through that school, we were able to get so many opportunities for children who wanted to go into the med field. And there was coincidentally one called the University of Pennsylvania's Pipeline at the Netter Center in the city of Philadelphia. So we would go there every Wednesday after school, and we would get the chance to collaborate with children at UPenn, and we would do things like study the GI system or do um, MRIs on each other or look at ultrasounds or dissect lamb brains together. And it really gave me a very, very nice introduction to what it would actually be like to be in med school and vet school, and just to know parts of the body with like the proper anatomical terms. It was just honestly such an early introduction to the future for so many of us that we were thankful to
Yeah.
have it. So that's how I got to work with them.
So, like, did that experience lock in vet school for you, or did it almost pull you towards the human medicine side of things?
Ooh. So honestly, ever since I was about 4 years old, I wanted to be a paleontologist. I love dinosaurs and all things bones and like
Oh my
I could just
god,
do dinosaurs
you're
all day.
crazy.
I could do dinosaurs all day. But as I grew older, I realized, well, there were two things. One, dinosaurs, unfortunately, are gone. They are gone. But what we do have,
Unfortunately.
very fortunate actually. But what we do have is like, we have animals of today around us that we can definitely be taking care of and assisting. And I knew being a regular doctor, people medicine, even though I love it and I have a mother who's in the medical field, it
Oh,
just wasn't for me, you know? And I just love being with our animals. I love being with horses. I have two dogs and two cats. Like, I love my animals. So I realized, one, I would love to be helping something that's living rather than, focusing all my time on the things that are gone when I could be making an
yeah.
impact in today's world. And two, I don't like spiders, so I would rather I'm not digging something up and a spider touches me. So that's always great. But yeah, I realized through the Penn pipeline, especially once I got to my senior year because they had a special vet program, this is really what I want to do with my life. Like, I would love to be helping those who cannot communicate that they need help, you know? Like, if it's a person, they could always tell you, like, hey, I'm cut, I'm bleeding here, this is wrong. But if it's a dog, it simply might not be able to communicate
Yes.
that. So,
So now that you are doing integrative biology at Harvard and not just any chill major, so while playing competitive polo, like what does an actual normal week looks like for you?
ooh, okay. If it's a Monday morning, I try not to schedule an 8 a.m., but so that I'll have time for breakfast. So it's like I get up. I'll usually spend a couple of minutes to myself and I'll read just to wake myself up. I'll look at my schedule for the day, and usually it's going to be class and lab. I will definitely have classes and labs and sections galore, especially if you're pre vet or anything STEM. They definitely, like, it's a full schedule. I'm so blessed to have it. It's definitely a full schedule, and you will be like, whew, by the end of the day. So it's like get up in the morning, try to make sure that I have some time for me before my day gets too hectic. And then once I'm off to class, it's like it's class, it's my meal, then back to class, then section. Then if it's a long day, then we have lab from 6 to 10. Then when we're done,
Oh
food
my
again.
God, that's so
Yeah, the lab
exhausting.
is like so long. But when you're
Yeah.
in it, you don't feel it. It feels like boop, and then you're gone. But I enjoy. It's a very fulfilling, jam-packed schedule, but it makes me feel like I've achieved a lot at the end of the day. Like I get to go to sleep and be like, I did something today, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm one step closer to my goal today. So, I love it.
That's so me, honestly. Like if I do something productive throughout the day when I'm sleeping, I'll be like, oh yeah, at least I did something productive, something better
Yeah.
than the rest of the people. Yeah. So it's good. Also, what is the part that surprised you the most about Harvard once you actually got in there? Good or bad? You can be honest.
Ooh. Hmm. I would say I only saw it in the movies growing up, you know? Like
Of course.
I really went in without any, like I tried not to have too many preconceived notions. I didn't load up on like Harvard content from the internet before I went, or anyone's like get ready with me. I was very keen on having my own experience from the
Yep.
start, because that's always how I've gone through life. Like no matter where I am, I want to make it my own, you know? Um when I got there, I don't think I really considered the city of Boston. I never really considered how beautiful just the architecture in the buildings is, the
Yeah, the
surrounding
building is
like,
phenomenal.
oh my gosh. Like I can't, like that type of architecture just isn't common, at least like I don't see it too much in Philadelphia, so it felt like culture shock. Felt like I was in like a place that was just in the movies. Like our freshman year dining hall felt like, everybody says it like Hogwarts, Annenberg. It's because it was like cathedral-esque with high ceilings and low hanging or high hanging light fixtures that were like so big. And I don't know, that room had a way of making an incoming freshman feel so small. It felt like, whoa, like I could be in the center of Manhattan and it still wouldn't equate to this. Like it's huge here. But I would say no matter how big it felt, the people were so warm and so artsy. Like everyone was so kind. I have made so many great friends just by being at Harvard and being in those big rooms that just look scary, but just saying hi, you know, or someone comes up to you and says hi. Like everybody is so friendly. And I thought it would be a meaner space than it was, just because of the name and, you know, the title, the energy that it might carry. It's not that at all. Harvard is the people that make it up, and it is a beautiful array of people that make up the Harvard campus. So I'm happy.
But like, how did your teammates and classmates react when they found out about your background and polo and everything? Like,
Ooh.
how was it for them?
So my story is a bit unconventional with getting to Harvard too, in the sense that when I had first met the girls from my Harvard polo team, it was actually my senior fall in high school. I hadn't yet applied to college. It was around October. And I had initially come up to watch them play against a different college, Skidmore. And I was supposed to be applying to Skidmore. But upon my arrival, and Harvard hosted this game, upon my arrival, the girls came up to me from Harvard and they were like, "Hey, do you ride?" And they were like super excited. I'm all nervous because I'm like, these are college girls. I'm like, they're like so cool. Like, what the heck? Like, they can't want to talk to me. And they ran up to me and they were like, "Hey, do you play? Like, do you want to play with us anytime? Like, are you planning on coming here?" And it was like so many people just asking me questions, and I'm like, I never thought about it, but I would love to. Like, it they made all of those they made all of what's it's such a big thing, and I'm trying to find the perfect way to put it, but essentially everything that has come to fruition today, all because they asked me a simple question. I believed in myself, and I started to believe, like, you know what, maybe I can. Why not? Maybe I should apply there. And when I left that day after that chance meeting and, you know, me supposed to be looking at someone else, I left like, you know what? I want to go to Harvard. I want to go to Harvard because I met those girls and they were just like, they just led with so much love in the way that they spoke, and they just played with such ferocity that's like, yeah, like we're super cool, we're super nice, but we're like,
Also,
grr.
that boosts your confidence so much if someone else appreciates you for who you are, and they, like, push you towards something that you never dreamed of.
Yeah, like
Something
it felt
which is,
like,
yeah, because we all have just seen Harvard in movies, Harvard, Yale, Stanford. These are like those
yeah,
prestigious colleges everyone knows all around the world.
yeah, like it was really one of those things where I went into that situation, and I walked onto that field that day not thinking that I would walk away with so much, but I'm so grateful that I did. And all because someone was like, you belong here. And I feel like that's the message that I just want to push onward to other people. Like, just like someone told me that I belong here, and I was like, me, little old me? No, yes, you belong here. Like, it's no question. As long as you believe in yourself, you can open any door that you put your mind to.
Yeah.
So
But like, did you in time feel that the school actually, like, do you feel that the school actually knows how to support someone who came up through a program like that, worked right, versus a typical prep school pipeline which other schools
that's
follow?
that's always been like, honestly, my story feels like a DIY, because there's no one that's, in my opinion, that I know. There's no one that I know personally that is able to say, like, hey, Lyssa, I just graduated from here 2 years ago. And we come from the exact same environment. And, like, I can help you with these sorts of things. There is nobody for me to do that. So everything that I did, everything that I learned, was really trial and error. Like, I had to find the right places to be, or find the connections to be able to get me the results that I needed, or find the tutor, or find the resource hub. And I can look back on it and be like, there are so many things that I would change based on what I know now of how to work and operate through this big space. But then once I look back, and I could say that, but the truth of the matter is, this is my story. And everything works out exactly how it's supposed to. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be me, or, in a sense, in a way, I really wouldn't be me and who I've grown to be if that story had been changed. So I'm grateful for all of the opportunities, whether they could feel initially positive or initially negative, or like a setback, like, it's all for a reason, and it's not all for naught. You know, it is harder because I'm not coming from a prep school, and I'm the very first person in my high school's history to go to an Ivy. So I definitely feel like there's like an educational gap. There are some things that it's like people had private tutors for. Your prep school's been prepping you for this for 4 years, whereas like this is something that until my senior October I hadn't considered was even a possibility for me, you know? And it felt like, okay, I know that. Like, I know that I cannot change that. We can't change that. But what we
Yeah.
can do is work with what we have. So, and then just garner more. Just never be scared to learn. That's all I can do. Make myself the world's best student in order to like keep pushing forward.
Yeah, and also I guess things work out for you because you're such a positive person, always willing to work hard on your dreams, and you're like just working hard to get in there, to get and reach your dreams. Because also one line that you said, that you can write your own destiny. So I guess we should all be like writers, producers, actors of our own stories. So why do you want someone else to write your story for you? So I guess it's us who, like, we have our own lives, so we should be doing that for
Yes. Oh
ourselves
my
instead of
gosh.
having someone else doing that for us.
I'm such a firm believer in, you have autonomy over your own life. Like,
Yeah.
you are the one with the pen, you have the paper. So it's like, in my brain, I make an active choice every day to chase my dreams. Like, if there's something in your life, whatever it may be, if you have that thing that you wake up thinking about, you go to sleep thinking about, you spend your you time thinking about, if there is something, whatever it may be, that you cannot go a single day without thinking, without, chase that dream. chase that dream because it matters to you. It's important to you. So I can't live in regret. I can't live in the could have been. If I have the opportunity to chase what matters to me, I have to go after it. That's how
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. So now I have like a this or that round for you. So
Mm.
basically, I give you two options, and then you just
Ooh.
have to pick one, and you have to be fast with it. Huh? You can't just think about it for like a minute or two. So you
Okay,
have to be
okay.
pretty fast with it. Yeah. So what would you rather choose, like mocking stalls at 6 a.m. or pulling an all-nighter before an exam?
Ooh, mucking stalls at
Like,
6 a.m.
um,
I I don't like how all-nighters make me feel the morning after, but
yeah.
at least if I got to sleep and I got up with the sun, I'll be happy when the sun is finished rising and I'm done mucking stalls. So,
So which room would you think has more willpower in it? A senator's office or an operating room?
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I can't think. Ooh, an
You have to
operating
be
room.
fast.
The operating room. I just both rooms can get very loud, so it's like that's
Yeah.
hard.
Would you rather be underestimated walking into a match or overestimated walking into an exam?
Underestimated walking into a match.
Yep. Even I would
Um,
choose that.
yes. I love being the underdog because I feel like even with my program, we are the underdogs, you know? So it's a position that I feel more comfortable in. I don't feel like I should have to prove myself to anyone. I just want to let in all regards, even with my education, let the work speak for itself.
Yeah, and also, like personally talking about me, I don't like people having crazy expectations from me because it's like a burden on a
Yes.
head. So
Oh
it's
my god.
better being an underdog and like just outperforming yourself every single time. So I guess
Yes.
that's a better option than
Yeah, the
people
pressure
having
of
endless
the
expectations.
yeah.
So, like, yeah, next question. So, if you had to give up either polo or pre-med for the year, like, which one would you choose? Which
Polo.
one?
Polo.
Oh
I
my
know
God.
I will love animals like for the rest of my life. Like that is something that will never change. And my need internally to feel like I want to help every single animal is never going to stop. My dad's scared that I'm going to be a cat lady one day, but I'm like, "No, we're safe. We're safe." But I feel the need to help. I even if I'm not riding horses for the rest of my life, I'm still going to want to help them too. So I can't give that up.
That's so sweet of you. So, which one are you most suspicious of? Old money polo culture or the new money
Mm.
startup culture around the world?
Am I more suspicious of?
Yeah, old money polo
Ooh,
culture or like the new money startup culture?
old money. Ooh, new money. New money. I feel like old money is pretty cemented. I feel like it can be a bit traditional. Like at least I'll know the setup because a lot of things they've had in place for let's say 50 years or however many years. With the new money ones, it's like I don't really know you and when Polo it's such a small community, with that being such a small community, it's like your networking and the word of mouth and your history with people is everything. So it's better to be older than newer.
Would you rather chose to like explain work to write someone at Harvard or explain Harvard to someone at work to write?
I would rather. Those are two very completely different. Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I
they
would
are like
rather
two extremes.
explain. Honestly, I feel like I'm explaining more of Work to Ride at Harvard now. You know, and that feels like that's a like a core part of my being. And I'm telling someone where I came from every time that I'm doing that, and it feels central to me. So I'd rather be doing that. Yeah, because it's like sometimes you can get caught up in the wave of imposter syndrome when you're a student at Harvard of being like, hey, I'm a junior and I still sometimes go, do I actually go here? Like, is this real? And I'm like, no, this is real. You worked for this, you got this, this is real, this is real. Like, you have a dorm. It does say your name on that. But like you
Uh,
know that's your bed over there. Like that's yours. But it's like the imposter syndrome is real of feeling like my shoes are so little and this place is so big. Like but
yeah.
to be able to tell someone the story of how I was able to be here and what it took is always a grounding affirmation of like, yeah, no, like this is, you did this. And that's, it's pretty cool.
Which one would you want under you in a match? A horse that's brilliant but unpredictable, or a reliable but a little boring one?
Brilliant and unpredictable. Brilliant and unpredictable.
Yeah,
Because
I
unpredictable
get
doesn't always
it.
mean negative. So I'm gonna take it as you might surprise me. You might surprise me in a way that's bad, but I'm gonna take it like I'm gonna just ride you through it, you know? We're gonna get through this together. Let's do something fun and memorable, you know? If I know everything you're gonna do, it's just like, this is Tuesday. I love something fun. I don't expect my horses to always be the same. Be you.
Yep. If Netflix made a documentary about your life, is it framed as an underdog sports story or a coming of age of academic drama?
I feel like it's a coming of age. I feel like a lot of the themes of my life have been like growing and like learning new things about myself and learning new things about how the world works with a lot of comedy, but like learning a lot. Like this is definitely a coming of age.
Yeah. Would you rather be first at something and get a little wrong, or the 10th and get it exactly right, how it's meant to be?
Mm. I feel like 4 years ago, like when I was in high school, I would definitely say I want to be first and get it wrong. But now I've really entered a space where it's like I feel like academically this school definitely can humble you. And it has taught me not to be scared of being wrong. So I'd rather be wrong and learn how to do it right, like through trial and error and grow that confidence rather than the other. You know, like I have no fear in being incorrect anymore. Like teach me where I'm wrong so that we can find the right, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So let's put you on the spot now. So give me like one actual hot take. Like it doesn't have to be about horses or school, just something you genuinely believe that you know not everyone agrees to.
Sorry, one more time?
I just want you to, like give me like a hot take. So it's just
Hmm.
doesn't have to be about horses or school in general. It's just something that you believe in, that you know that not everyone else agrees on to.
Um, Sorry, I have to rack my brain. This is like I feel like this matters. There are a few things that I actually say that I live by. One of which, be kind to everyone. Be kind to everyone no matter where you go. And I feel like that can be some people's hot take because like, what about the people that aren't kind to me? What about the people who like, start things with me or like, like just aren't spewing happiness in the world? How can I be joyous or giving or kind in the face of negativity? You don't know what's at the other end of the bend, and you can't allow your energy to be siphoned and poured into negativity when you know that good things are coming. Maybe that person is also having a bad day, and you are that turning point by you not feeding into that. And honestly, I learned that with me being at college, how important your inner joy and your inner peace is. And just making sure that even if you're not feeling up to it and you're not feeling your A1 that day, that you're still spreading positivity. Because you never know. If you fake it until you make it, even if you're not feeling that happy inside, you give a little, somebody might rain a whole lot of sunshine back on your entire situation and just leaving you feeling better than you came. So it's like,
Yeah.
give a little, because you never know. You might just get back a lot. So always try to give.
Yeah.
Give.
Of course. I guess we should all be kind to each other because, like, we just never know what could happen. So, yeah.
Like, sorry, like I'm speaking more so towards like the season of my life that I feel like I'm currently in. I feel like also adding to that, the hot take, your perspective and the perspective that you give your brain and how you talk to yourself internally really really matters. Some people might like play or say like things that are like could be negative, or even if it's just to yourself. No, your brain cannot tell the difference between fact or fiction, or like Well, like fact or fiction in the sense of if you're like playing with yourself or if you're serious. So always
Yeah.
be kind to you. Always be kind in how you talk about yourself. Always be kind in how you deal with yourself, because that outlook transfers into how you deal with the world. So it's always so important.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're such an optimistic person, I would say. Like, out of all the guests that I had, you are like the most optimistic out of all. So I'm so glad to have you here. So yeah,
Thank you
now
so much for having me. Thank you.
I wanted your opinion on a few things. So, what do you think? Like, should elite universities, Ivy Leagues, be doing more to actively recruit from non-traditional pipelines like yours, or does that create its own problems?
Um, I would say all day. Like I love every bit of like my struggle. I love every bit of every hardship that I face. But just like what it is, it's a hardship. If it can be avoided, it should be avoided. I really feel like Ivy League should definitely take more inner city underrepresented people into their colleges. But I also feel like at the same time, if we're going to be doing that, we should also be setting them up with the resources for success just as much. Because yes, it means a lot to get in, but getting in and staying in and being able to graduate and not feeling like you're behind and not being scared because you don't know what to do or who to go to really, really, really makes a difference. And it can change someone's whole energy when they're on campus. Because it's like, I feel safe, I feel secure, I know where to go, I know what to do. If I need help, I know who to call. So different. The world can feel so much bigger when you don't know who to call. So it's important that we're setting students up, all students, no matter where they're from all walks of life, with the tools to success. So as long as they're doing so, I definitely think that they should.
Yeah, because we see children and children who are not too privileged to like have private tutors, studying like top notch universities and schools and all. They are so like they have qualities of being in places like Ivies, but they don't get the opportunity to do so. So I guess having those resources is extremely important for that.
It's so important. I don't know, just throughout my life there are so many people that I can say that I know or that I've had like just the joy of knowing like at any point in my lifetime where it's like I feel like they're equally deserving of my spot if not more, or just to be in rooms in this institution. And there are just people like even in my family, even with my siblings, I'm like I wish I could just bring you to class with me, like I want you to see this, like you deserve to be seeing, I don't know, like our science teacher doing balloon exploding experiments at like 7 in the morning at like a Harvard class. Like that's so cool. But because of the lack of funding or the lack of, academic support from high school for these students, a lot of us never get to see them. And that's sad to me.
Um, of course. So, what's something that people assume about you because you go to Harvard and something that's just wrong?
I feel like I feel like a lot of people assume that I come from an affluent background or that I must be a bit pretentious or that I hold myself a certain way that could be a bit posh, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that I carry myself that way. No, like that's not who I am. Like I'm a girl from the heart of West Philly. Like I love my horse. I grew up in the city, like in what some people would call like the hood. Like I grew up in that. Like that is my home. I am only here just because I believed in myself and I never told myself no when it came to the things that I wanted. Not because anybody opened this door for me. And there were definitely people along the way who told me that I couldn't do it or that I couldn't do it, that I couldn't be in these rooms. But I did not let the beliefs of someone else and the ceiling that they had made for themselves dictate my life. So that's like, you just gotta keep believing. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Is there a myth about equestrian sports that you wished people would just drop?
Um, So I really want to grasp that one more time. Can you give it to me one more time? I'm gonna apologize.
Like, is there any myth about sports like sports or horse riding that you wish people
Hmm.
would just drop?
Ooh. sorry, like I really like when you ask me these questions, I rack through my mental cabinet of like all the things people have said, and there's a list, and it's like I wish people would drop the notion that if you ride horses, you don't do anything. Like it's all the horse, you're just sitting there. I think people say that if they are, if they've never ridden a horse, and especially when they're not actively on a horse at the moment that they're saying that, because from the moment you sit on a horse, you realize, hey, I could sit here, but this animal is not going to move.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to turn, it's not going to go backwards. Like it's just going to sit here, like I'm sitting here. I actually have to use the strength in my thighs and like my calf muscles and it's a lot of core work.
Yeah.
Like it genuinely it'll make your abs, your back, your legs like it's a full body workout every time you ride a horse.
Yeah,
And I feel
it
like not a
just
lot of
seems
people think about that.
easy. Riding a horse is too fun and easy, but it's such an sport. Like it's so difficult to ride a horse. Like it's a full
Oh my
body workout,
gosh.
honestly. Yeah.
You will sweat. Like it's not like this is not like a cute it's definitely cute looking, but like feeling it's like, oh my gosh, like it's definitely a workout. It's such a
Yeah,
workout.
of course.
But it's hard when people are like, "Oh, you're not really doing anything." And it's like I wish I could just trade places with you for a moment so you could feel this because you'd automatically take it back.
Of course. What's one piece of advice about the path to success that you think is actually a bad advice?
Ooh. I don't like when people say you can't have your cake and eat it too. I fully understand what it means, but in my brain, the way I categorize it is like if I have my cake, it's in my possession, metaphorically. And if I eat it, I ate it. So I feel like, in a way, some things that people will tell you no to, your someone else's no isn't your no. Someone else's no could be your yes. So again, like really do not limit yourself by the beliefs of other people. Like the ceiling that other people create in their mind of what's possible does not apply to you. Only yours applies to you. So
Of course. Zooming out a bit, how do you think about your own identity across all these words? Barn kid, Senate intern, Harvard student, athlete. Like, do
oh my
all
gosh.
those feels like separate versions of you or all of one thing?
It feels like when we talked earlier about it being like a coming of age, like I feel like I've gone through so many different stages and came out to be so many different versions of myself by all of the things that I've seen, but like I just truly feel like hmm um I really feel like it's shaped me to be this big beautiful mosaic of who I am. That's not just two-dimensional. Like I've become a multifaceted individual through the experiences that I've lived, through the different rooms that I've been into with these different people. And it's just like I don't know, I think that's what life is supposed to be like. It's supposed to be colorful, not just one thing every single day. It should be some new adventure like every day.
Oh my God, you're such a relatable person. Like, I guess we all should just, try and make our lives a little more fun. Like, even if you're doing something boring, just try and make it fun in your
Like
own way.
in
And
whatever little way that you can, you
yeah,
bring the spice to your life. So
of course.
bring it.
Yeah. What would you tell a kid who wants a life like yours but doesn't think it's possible from where they're starting off?
I didn't think it was possible for me. I thought I was too late. I thought my time was up. Like I thought I was too old or that I didn't start soon enough. And I just worried until I put my boots on and started actually living. You cannot live your life in worry. You cannot live your life in fear and doubt and just a constant stagnation. That's not going to work. It's never worked for anyone. Anyone who's ever wanted to do anything had to get up and start moving first. And even if it's just a little bit today, a little bit goes a long way. Compile on top of it tomorrow with a little bit more, the next day, a little bit more. And before you know it, you'll have something to look back on. you know? But start taking that walk. Start
Yeah.
taking it.
Is there a version of your future where all of this, the politics, medicine, and the horses come together in one thing?
Oh my gosh, I would all of my friends would tell you that I have this specific fantasy where in my brain I'll know that it's like everything is what I desire it to be, or I've made it to that point. When let's say you're in my house, like we're at my house, and like I've played polo for X amount of years, maybe even my life partner plays polo, and when you come to my house, there's like it's a cool house, but in the kitchen there's a big bay window, and out of the bay window in the backyard it's just flat green grass as far as you can see, and you can see me playing polo just in my backyard. That is what I want to do. That is like the
That's
legacy that I
the
want to leave.
dream.
That's
That's
the
the dream.
dream. Like
That's
I
the
can
dream.
go play polo right at my house. Like it's like I don't have to go anywhere. Like these are my horses that I can take care of. And if they're sick, I can nurse them back to health because I know these things, you know? Like that feels like heaven to me. That's my personal heaven.
Wow. Sounds like a dream to me too. But I'm visiting you once you are going there, considering
Yes.
all that. Yeah. So now we have like a small rapid fire segment for you. So yeah. So what is like your favorite horse you've worked with? Is it Will?
Oh, I would say my favorite horse of all time, or current, or for all time.
Both?
Okay. Currently, her name is Lolita, and I love her so much. And she's just perfect in all aspects, like never any complaints. And she always gives me kisses when I see her, so I love that. Like
Wow,
she's the
cute.
best. Like she runs to me and gives me like kisses.
Oh, so
Um,
cute.
of all time, I would always say Will Smith. I miss him so much. He's back home in Philadelphia, and I'll get to see him in September. But he's really
Oh
my
yeah.
horse that brought my love for the sport. So I'll always love him. Like I'll never forget him.
Wow. What's that one class at Harvard that everyone should take?
Ooh, my favorite class at Harvard that I took would be human evolution. I took a human evolution class,
Okay.
and it was on our life theory, and it was taught by Kristen Sabi, and I felt like I learned so much about how we evolved from our common ancestors, what the trade-offs of our common evolution was, like it just gave me a whole new perspective on life and the origin of life. And I don't know, like it just satisfied my inner child that loves dinosaurs and that loves history. So I think everybody should take it.
Mm-hmm. What's the best piece of barn advice that applies to nothing barn related?
Mm. That's hard. Wait, I've never had a question like this. This is so like important. The best piece of barn advice. Keep clean boots. Okay? I love keep clean boots because that always referred to our polo boots because polo boots are made from Argentine leather and they're super thick and they're
Yeah.
super expensive and it's really easy to get them dusty, especially if they're black like mine. And
Ah,
my coach
yeah.
always told me keep them clean because you never know when you're going to have a game or you might need to put them on for like a photo or whatever. So she's always instilled in me to keep clean boots because it's like you never know in life when you need to be ready for something. So stay ready so you never have to get ready.
Oh wow, that's a good piece of advice. And also, like black looks classy, but like it
Gosh.
does get dirty when you're out there.
It gets so dirty.
Yeah. What's the song that gets you hyped before a match or like before
Ooh.
an exam or
Um there's a song and it's like it's literally known for being like woo, but it's called Song 2 by Blur. And it's like it's so upbeat and it's just like I don't know, it just gets me in that I want to play a game, like that like grr, like I'm ready for a game type of vibe. Like I'm feeling ready.
yeah, just hypes you up.
Yes, like I'm so hype right now. But I love that song.
Um, one word for work to write.
Mm, one more time.
What was the one word you would like say for work to write?
Ooh,
Got to be a word.
home. Home. Like that's home. Even though it looks different because like I said we had that change to our arena and it's like super new and so beautiful. When I close my eyes and I think of that place, it's looked the same way for like 30 years and it's just this barn and it's like in my brain it's not the most fancy barn that you've been to, especially because it's like an older building, but it's like from the way that it smells to like the flowers, it's just always such a nostalgic feeling. Like that'll always be home. And not just the building, but the people there. Like when I go there, I expect to see the same people, the same horses, the same dogs, the same cats, because it's like no matter how far I go, that place never changes. That's home. So.
Um, this is one of the most unexpected conversations we have had on this show. Barn to Senate Road to Harvard, like where people can follow along or learn more about work to write and follow
Yes. Oh my
examples.
gosh. So our Instagram is work to ride, and then our website is you can always follow along at worktoride.net. I'll be playing this September on the 18th of September in Philadelphia
Oh
at the
my
Work
god,
to Ride
wow.
Polo Classic. It is our way of giving back annually to the community and showing people that look just like, like black and brown people, showing us to the community playing these sports and just proving once again that you can too. So
Good luck to you for the match. I know you're going to do well, and you're such an optimistic person, and you're such a kind-hearted optimist. You're such a sweet person to be around.
thank you so much for having me. This has
Thank you
been
so much.
amazing. Thank you.